John here. I hope you're all well. It's been a while since I've done one, and then been a while since anyone's interacted with me, to be honest. Where are you people? Talk to me. Talk to me. I want to tell you a little story. It will start off rather familiar, start off rather idyllic, and then it'll go downhill, because this is the story of my mental health. My depression and so forth. Basically, the decline of John. So, it's all happy. So especially this is from my blog page, where I've written quite a lot of stuff down about how I feel and so on. This will explain quite a lot of stuff better than how I have done in the past, I think. Enjoy the story. If not, just turn off and we'll go elsewhere. It's called Mental Health: An Insider's Job, August 23rd, 2017, which was when I wrote it, whatever. So a long time ago, brackets, 1987, in a galaxy far, far away, there was a mum, dad, son, and 2 daughters. This is my family. Or at least it was until 1989, when something major happened. And that was, my dad died. To be honest, I can't remember much about that time, other than not crying or mourning at all. Years later, I realised this was a mistake. Don't get me wrong, I couldn't help not crying, I just don't seem to show emotions very well. It didn't really hit me until I was 16, or at least that's when my depression started, and when people decided that's when I started to mourn. At first, it was just depression. Yeah, I'm 16 and depressed. Nothing major, other than trying to commit suicide the day before my GCSE started. I couldn't handle it. I tried to overdose on about 5 procyclidine pills, which are antidepressants. Yeah, I thought that would work. It didn't. I went and did my GCSEs. I did fairly well without studying. Got C's. Got a job. Depression ended. Also, I thought. My second job freaked the hell out of me again. So, again, I tried to commit suicide the night before I started. This time I thought drowning would be better, but this time my natural survival instinct kicked in. I got out of the bath, went to bed, got up the next morning, and never thought anything of it. The job turned out okay. I made a few friends. Years after leaving, I found out some of those friends could have been a bit more than friends. Bummer. It was 5 years later when my depression raised its head again. My third job was very stressful. I didn't really get on with people. It was a night job. And trust me, there's something about working nights that affects you. I went to the doctor. He put me back on meds. They didn't work. So tried 3 or 4 other of various strengths. But by this time it was too late. I started to hear voices too. Very dark voices. Telling me I was useless. Hopeless. Deserved to die. That I should kill myself. That my family wanted me dead. This, on top of feeling like those kind of things anyway, wasn't what you really wanted. So I saw a CPN. She was great, and with her I got a diagnosis of schizoaffective disorder and depression, which isn't full-blown schizophrenia. I finally knew what was wrong with me, but was it because of my dad dying? To this day, I think not. That, to me, is the simple, lazy, quick way to explain things, and to put it just, I'm depressed and got schizophrenia because my dad died. I don't put any faith in that. I lost my job due to having too much time off work with depression. Things got worse. I became totally recluse. Things aren't that much better nowadays. My diagnosis went to full-blown schizophrenia with psychotic depression, and then I started to see things, and that was not a good thing. Imagine the films Constantine and Dan Brown's Inferno. Basically, in Constantine, if you've ever seen it, when he goes to save the woman, everywhere is kind of like a wreck, and it's all blown up, and it's all like smouldering and flames and fire, and it's like basically quite a hellish scene because he is in hell. And imagine seeing things like that wherever you looked. That on top of Dan Brown's Inferno, where again things are on fire, but people don't have faces. In Dan Brown's Inferno, the head's the way round. But what I was seeing was like, if you ever did art at school and you had those little doll things that you can draw people with, that was what I was seeing, basically. And the face was pure blank, no expressions, nothing, but they were still talking. And they were still telling me really bad things. So yeah, as it goes back into this again, I was seeing hellish visions on literally hell on earth. Everything in fire. People were just those gurgle dolls that artists used to sketch people. Just sausage shapes with no faces. Yet these people were talking to me. This is around the time some of my other blogs kicked in, where I used to catfish, and I catfished to cope with my hell of a life, and then the eventual breakdown. Basically, I was catfishing, I was pretending to be someone else. It gave me a different life. It took my life as it was away from the hell that I was feeling, and I was able to put that to one side and concentrate on this catfish life, which was better. It was happy. I was in a happy place. I was in a relationship. Blah 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 blah. There is a catfish blog on this page, as I mentioned. So if you want to check that out, you can. But now on the up. My voices are now my companions. Yes, still horrible voices, but I feel complacent knowing that they are there. They're more like family to me now. I do not know why I've done this blog, but I feel I had to explain the reasoning behind doing the site. I do not wish your sympathy, though any understanding will be greatly appreciated. And since doing that blog, again I put a side note, I have since learned that schizophrenia is caused by an overload of dopamine in the brain. At normal levels, it warns people of danger, and so forth. So, like, if you're at roadworks, you know that when the red light shows, you don't walk and so on, or stuff like that. But when it's at the levels that my dopamine are at, everything becomes dangerous and scary, and your brain can't handle it, so it tends to mess things around and turn things on its head. And the way it presents itself in quite a lot of people is in voices and hallucinations. So, yeah, that's that blog. If you want to check out any of my others, it's vampire2109.co.uk. There's one on the catfish, like I mentioned. There's one on social media. There's one on catfishing. There's one on all sorts of stuff. Yeah, just take a look. If you want to keep in touch, like and subscribe to this page. And hopefully I'll see you all in another vlog. Bye.